Stacy.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. It was I feel like I'm much less edgy than I normally am when I record here because I drove here not at rush hour on a Friday. And instead it was Saturday at like 3 p.m. It was much more pleasant.
When you said less edgy, I thought you meant like you didn't have like your punk hairdo done.
Because that's what I do. That's me.
I'm less edgy this time.
Feeling more pop. All right.
I think it's all right. We've got friend of the show, Ashley Frazier, in the studio. The studio is just a smoky room in my house.
Our live studio audience member. So, like, when I listen to you guys, this is what I do.
Oh, good.
I just, like, laugh, and I'm like...
I'm glad someone does. Besides us, because we do that.
We crack each other up severely. So this is a,
special episode!
Yeah.
Did I scare you?
A little bit.
Sorry.
We're talking about Imbolc.
We are.
Okay, see, here's the deal. So, I've seen it pronounced Imbolc and Imbolc.
Yeah.
What is it?
I spell it with a C at the end.
Yeah, it's like Imbolc. But
I pronounce it with a G.
That's okay. That's where I am with it. So that's
Imbolc.
kind of what I'm feeling.
It's tricky with these old ass
they're all
words.
bananas. All of them are different than how they read.
You know, look, if we're not gonna get tripped up by Samhain, we shouldn't let Imbolc stand in our way.
I only know how to pronounce Samhain because someone had to tell me.
I like this one.
I feel like it's going to be an uplifting day for me because of basically what it's about is, spring's coming. It's coming around the corner. Just come on, you're there.
Shit's stirring.
Start getting busy. You got shit to do, and I like that. It's a good energy. So I feel like on the 1st, I'm gonna clean and I'm gonna embrace it a little bit.
I feel like there's about 2 Sabbats that line up to where we're both happy with it. Maybe it's like Imbolc, and then the opposite of this one is Lamas. And I also like Lamas. So I feel like those two, we kind of hit a stride. I don't love the whole winter being over thing. But I love spring. I've always loved spring. I don't hate it. If it's not too hot, it's nice. I love the colors.
It is beautiful.
I really love Easter Imbolc colors.
Yeah, I do too. Your pastels and things like that.
Greens.
I do too.
I think they're really nice. And I found like for myself, I've got 2 levels. Vanta black and I've got like bright pastel rainbow colors. And there's just no in between. But I like this one. And there's not an incredibly lengthy history on it. And because a lot of them they go back and there's like so many traditions. And while this one does have traditions and does have history, obviously, the Christianization of this holiday really helped it. Candlemas really helped it find its way into like mainstream, and it really helped a lot of pagans fly under the radar. I think. Yeah. So there wasn't a lot of like with Samhain, there were so many like they changed the date. And they changed the name, and they fought with people, and everyone was doing it in secret. But this one, they just kind of was like, Bridget's a Christian now, and everyone was like, yeah, sure, cool.
Let's just keep going.
But before we go further, we have a correction to make from our last week's podcast. So last week we had a shout out to Miss Janae Lynn Moonchild. Fucked up on the name a little bit, so I wanted to correct that. I'm very sorry, and I hope we're doing it right, Miss Janae.
And this week's episode, which we're going to try to not fuck up the name, is dedicated to Danielle Joy.
Danielle Joy.
Thank you.
Danielle Joy. So as we do, we kind of split up the aspects of these Sabbats for you. So I'm going to be talking about some history today, a little bit. I'm going to be talking about the corresponding colors and foods. I've got 2 recipes if you're interested.
Oh.
If you're interested, stick around for after the music on that, and I will pop those off for you. And then I've got a solitary ritual to share as well.
Cool.
And that's what I'm doing. What do you?
I'm going to be talking, I'm kind of doing some 21st century celebration that we can do.
Yeah.
For this day with the kids as well. I always think that's a cool little thing to do, little fun things that they can participate in as well. A brief history of why the day is done, or I guess I should say why it kind of influences the themes to follow, like the things, where they come from, and kind of who this person is that this day celebrates. Yeah.
So a wide swath.
A wide swath, as we like to do on these days.
I'm going to dive on in with some history.
I'm ready for some history.
Give you a little bit of background. So like I said, this is not one of the... This one doesn't have a whole lot of conflict behind it. Such as, again, Samhain and some of the other ones that they really had to fight because they found it really easy to make this call. Like, when Christianization came around, they would take these goddesses or these figures that people worshipped and they would decide, how are we going to divert this? Mm-hmm. And there was generally two ways. There was, we can demonize them, or we can skip it because we're going to have a fight, and we can make them a saint, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what they decided to do here in the case with Bridget. Mm-hmm. They made her Saint Bridget. So in that vein, this is also referred to as St. Bridget's Day or Candlemas, which I thought
that was a neat word.
Candlemas.
Candlemas.
It is thought that the word Imbolc comes from ancient Gaelic, the word for ewe's milk or in the belly. Because at this time, a lot of the farm animals were producing their milk. Mm-hmm. So this is a time of life, and the milk was symbolizing that, hey, everything went okay. And now we're starting to get farm animals again, which of course means food and survival and clothes and warmth and all that stuff. Usually the date falls on February 1st or 2nd, but this date has been wildly just all over the place in the span of about 4 days. So some people steadfastly celebrate on February 2nd, like end of story. Some people do it on the 1st, end of story. Some people like to do it for the entire 4-day span.
Those are the fun people.
So the date can technically range from the end of January 31st to the beginning of February 3rd.
Okay.
So you kind of have to find what feels right for you. If you're a party person and you want to do it for 4 days straight, go ahead.
It's a lot of milk.
I don't have that many candles and I don't have that much milk. I would love that much milk.
Oh, God.
I know milk is a polarizing topic.
I mean, I like milk, but like, I don't want 4 days of hard milk drinking.
I want
in succession.
Well, here's what I want. One of the recipes that I'm going to talk about after the end of the show.
Is it the one you sent me?
Yes.
I'm ready for it.
It's a alcoholic lavender milk punch.
I'll go for it. I'm about it. I want it.
Well, I mean, to be honest with
you. Is it warm or cold?
I served it cold.
That seems smarter.
I don't want some like hot curdled milk.
Some like cheesy lavender.
It's just cheese dip with a shot of whiskey.
God. With like a sprig of lavender just jammed in it.
There's your fucking lavender. It's for a holiday now. The general date of January 31st to February 3rd has been kind of when it's been done since the New Stone Age, which is 12,000 years ago is when this started, when people started celebrating. And before there was goddesses and gods and stuff connected to it, like that came pretty quickly. But before that, it was just, hey, look, shit's growing again. Mm-hmm. Happy days. Mm-hmm. So then that kind of clung. And then people started adding these attachments to it of different deities and things like that. Today, we celebrate it as the smack dab slam bang, as I heard a British person say once, halfway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So this is the middle point of the dark part of the year. This time was signaled by new growth peeking out of new flowers and most importantly, lambing season. All of the baby lambs start coming about, and
that's cute.
Little baby sweetheart lambs. So lamb, milk, and dairy dishes are traditional on this Sabbath. So yeah, it's traditional to
kill yourself a little lamb.
Get you lamb. All of that aside, ultimately this is a celebration of the early returning signs of spring. So life is stirring beneath the earth. It hasn't quite come up yet. We're not seeing all the beautiful flowers yet, but she's waking up. Mother Earth is starting to stir around. She's still in bed, but she's like poking little tender leaves up out of the ground. The stirring of life can be symbolized either within those seeds that are starting to germinate and come up, or it can be like in the womb. So pregnancy was a big deal at this time. And I would like to point out here something that I thought was a little cheeky is a lot of children were and still within some context are born around this time because
I'm born January 26th. Today.
It is Macy's birthday. We haven't mentioned that.
No one cares.
I was just thinking about when this came out. So as we're recording
tons of people are born around my birthday.
Well, here's the thing. You know why? Traditionally, think about it. Mm-hmm. What's Sabbat? was going on 9 months ago.
Fucking Beltane.
Fucking Beltane.
Yeah.
But it's represented by the union of the god and the goddess. So a big part of Beltane is banging.
It's a wild time.
That's a wild time. Children born around this time are considered to be blessed by the union of the god and the goddess.
Oh, I feel special.
And, Macy, it's also mythed that they have a special relationship with the Fae, and they can see and communicate with them with ease.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I've also seen it referred to as extending beyond the Fae and just kind of existing with like woodland style, like spirits and creatures and stuff like that. So to honor this time of year, and especially Bridget, people would craft Bridget's crosses. They would make bridal beds, which are cute. They're like baskets that you make like a little tiny bed up in, and you just like make it looks like a little white mattress with like some sheets. And you can stick like your corn doll that you've made, or you can stick even just dried like herbs and stuff like that. But people would make those, and they would also make corn dollies as well. Something that was interesting to me was in some of the cultures, the elder women would be the ones like making these, and then the younger women would be the ones that would go out and they would place these on the stoops and the doorways of their neighbors, like little gifts as like a little bit of a blessing, because ultimately Imbolc is a very domestic Sabbat. It's all about domestic pursuits, the hearth and the home. Bridget is the protector of the hearth and the home, and like births and things like that. So this is a very inward Sabbat. Also, interesting enough, it's where we get the tradition of spring cleaning.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of traditions from this time of year. And one that I thought was interesting is this is famously a time for weather divination. And what I mean by that is there's a Gaelic legend of Caolich.
I don't know.
Sorry about that. But she was a hag who would, and hag here means older witch.
Yeah.
But she was a hag who would gather firewood on Imbolc Day. She would get all the wood that she needed for the rest of the winter. So legend has it, if Imbolc is a bright and sunny day and it's very nice outside, she has had plenty of time to go and gather tons of firewood because it's this nice, beautiful day. And if it's rainy and gross and cold outside, she probably just slept through the day and she didn't get a chance to get a whole lot of firewood. So it's kind of backwards. You know, Macy, you would actually want Imbolc to be a shitty kind of gross day because that means she didn't get a lot of firewood. So the winter ultimately is not going to be that long. However, I'm hoping for a beautiful bright day on Imbolc because she would have tons of firewood and therefore the winter would kind of extend a little bit. So, and that just sounds extremely familiar to a little something we like to call Groundhog Day, which is February 2nd, if I remember correctly. Perhaps one of the most important things that was done, the seeds would be blessed in a very kind of holy ritualistic way. They would put out their hearth fires, as is seeming to be a little bit of a trend.
Yeah.
But they would put their hearth fires out, relight them. Sometimes they would burn the corn dollies they made last year, and then they would divine the ashes and kind of see what was going to come up in the light part of the year. But they would bless their seeds, and they would do this with smoke, and they'd flick water, or sometimes even they would like libations, and they would bless these seeds to grow and prosper so they could survive and they could be bountiful. But they would also pay attention to these like metaphorical seeds where you've had all winter to lay and rest and get your home kind of ready, and you've done all these things. And this whole time you've been planning what you want for your life. What do I want in this bright time of the year? When I can get out and when I can do all these things again, what do I want to make of my life and myself? So that was a time to ruminate, and still is, to ruminate on what we want going forth and to kind of bless these seeds that we're going to plant here in a little while. So I think that that's really nice to view it that way. I love thinking of the winter as this like restful time. And then when Imbolc comes around, it's like, okay, gotta shake off the dust.
That's what it feels like. It's like, and it's time, you gotta like, dust it off a little bit. We gotta get busy.
Let's get shaken. We got shit to do. I want to talk a little bit about the colors because they show the diversity of people who celebrate this holiday. And this is one of the most colorful Sabbats that we have because it ranges from very pale pastel-y colors to very bold and bright colors. And I want to explain that. Most Sabbats do have 3 or 4 main colors that they work with, whereas this one has like 7 or 8. And there's reason for that. If you choose to stick with like your pale yellows, pale green, lavender, green, and white, that symbolizes the new growth, the purity, baby animals, plants, yellow for like the chicks that are being born. And there is another side, and that's like yellow, orange, and red. That's kind of to honor Bridget and her fire energy that she carries. So these are all colors you can decorate your altar in. You can decorate your home in. If you want to bring in flowers, that's another symbol that people like to do, especially if they were going to be kind of secretive about their worship, than what they were doing. They would bring a lot of flowers into their home. Of course, you can do your makeup and you can wear clothing. If you have special robes, you can use these colors and kind of give them a little bit of purpose as to why you're doing that. The willow tree is associated with Imbolc, and I wasn't even really going to talk about trees and plants, but I really have a special attachment to the willow tree.
I do too. I love them.
It's also tied, the willow tree is also tied to the moon. It's tied to magic, water, and power. All symbols of the willow tree. And I particularly like it because I handpicked it to be used in the sigil that my dad created when I got married to Mr. Malarkey, in lieu of bay laurel branches or in olive branches, which when you see like crests and stuff, it's usually bay laurel or olive branches. Yeah. And I didn't want none of that. I wanted a goddamn willow branch. So I'm going to move on to my favorite part, and that is the food. Period. End of episode. Food is a very important part of the celebration.
It is a feasting one.
It's a feasting celebration, man. We were gonna be safe again.
It's kind of like, I mean, it has the same festival sense as Lammas.
Yeah, it really does, for kind of opposite reasons. Yeah. Lammas is like, look, we've done all this hard work.
We did it.
And look at this reward. Whereas Imbolc is like, oh God, it's coming back. We're gonna be okay.
We got it, yeah.
The food that correlates with this one is all the things that you can get early on, like peas. Peas come very early on, so peas are a big thing. So is like shepherd's pie because of the lamb and the peas.
Love shepherd's pie.
No.
So much.
Like the potatoes on top is a root vegetable, so those have been very popular throughout the winter time. And just everything about this one, carrots, peas, they're all early things that would be available. So cottage pie, shepherd's pie, very popular at this time. There are various muffins, cakes, especially the ones that are like lighter in color for some reason. And I think that's maybe it's like what lasted the longest.
Maybe that's what I was wondering, if the grain's just really dry at that point or something like that.
But it's all just like very light cakes. So we're not talking like a beer bread. It's very light, like a honey cake or something. Pumpkins are still popular at this time. Sunflowers are popular to represent the returning of the sun. And anything with seeds. Poppy seeds, fucking chia seeds. I don't care. Seeds are a big deal right now. As are raisins. Raisin breads, bread pudding with raisins. And
I will eat raisins by the fistful.
To symbolize the sun god. And one thing that I have that's very special is lemon poppy bread.
I love lemon.
Well,
and poppy
here's
seed.
The thing. The lemon represents the returning of the sun. Things are going to be okay. We're bright and cheery. Yada fucking yada. The seeds are, of course, seeds. But I made this lemon poppy seed loaf on Imbolc last year, and I referred to my grimoire, which is like the first year I can actually, it's getting to where I can actually refer to the shit I did last year, which is cool. But I made this bread, and I just wrote, "It's a keeper." So it's like, I want to share that with you guys, because if it was as good as I made it out to be in my notes from last year, y'all will probably enjoy it. So, Macy.
Yes.
I've got a little traditional, a little solo ritual for your ass.
Oh, give it.
I guess this could also be done with other people. So this is referred to as the 7 candles ritual. It's all about embodying everything that Imbolc is. It's about purification, making plans to move forward. You're spring cleaning your house. It's a ritual to kind of spring clean your body and your mind. You're clearing out all the dust and all the shit that you've built up. You're shaking the sleep off and you're getting ready. So this is a solitary ritual. This is the ritual that I did last year, and it was inspired by the article on ThoughtCo. I've taken it and kind of reworked it to suit my needs. So the original is over there, but here's mine. You will need 7 candles.
7 candles.
Who would have thunk it? And these candles will need to be green and white. You will need matches or a lighter, obviously. And you will need something to...
You don't conjure your own fire when you light candles?
I don't. And then, of course, you will need something to hold them. This is an extremely short list of things that you would need. Because this is a very, very simple one. This is not like the Samhain one where you have like a sprig of heather and you have like a fucking pinnacle and all this shit. Yeah. This is very, very simple. You're going to start your ritual by purifying yourself. This can be in the form of a bath or a shower. And then, of course, you can follow up with smoke purification, dressing yourself in ritual clothing, or any other ways that you purify yourself. You will then want to purify your space. So that's casting your circle or brushing it out. Maybe you just do a little bit of smoke cleansing. And I would suggest that you use herbs and oils and stuff that are symbolic and kind of keep the theme of Imbolc in mind, which is, again, cleansing, purification, and renewal. So that's going to be sage, basil, bay, rosemary. You can burn benzoin, excuse me if I'm saying that wrong, incense. And you can kind of decorate with various gems such as amethyst, bloodstone, onyx, or turquoise to represent the times. So after you're all set up, you're clean, your space is clean, you're ready to get going. Now this is where it gets a little wordy, and I wouldn't suggest that you try to memorize this. I would suggest that you take this and make it your own in some way, like I did. You're going to light the first candle, and you will say, "In the chill of winter, I come seeking light, I come seeking life." Light the second candle, call upon fire to warm your hearth. As you light the third, you'll call upon fire to protect you and your home. Light the fourth and call upon fire again to bring the light that makes life. Light your fifth candle and say, "Like fire, light and love will grow. Wisdom and inspiration will grow." Light your sixth candle and call on fire to purify you. Light your last candle and visualize the 7 flames coming together as one and surrounding you, your home, your loved ones in a purifying glow. And you can kind of meditate in that silence for a little bit and let that light be very representative of what you're trying to go forward. I like to use this as a time to actually set my goals and make it part of my ritual. Just think, what am I going to do that sets this summer and this light half of the year apart? How is it going to be special? And I don't know what those are going to be for myself this year. So to wrap my section up, I just want to kind of end off on a little thought. I have here, as the world begins to wake up, so do those who live life with the changing of the seasons. The time for rest is beginning to pass, and the time for planting seeds, real or metaphorical, is approaching.
Oh, okay.
So, and don't forget to stick around after that sassy, sexy music we have to hear my 2 recipes that will rock your dick off.
Oh, that's a good time.
That's a good recipe.
Oh, okay. Cool. I like that. So this day, it is very heavily tied to Bridget.
Yeah.
The goddess of the hearth, the forge.
Which is so badass.
Very fiery presence. And it's a Celtic celebration, and as we've said, honors the end, or the beginning of the end of winter.
Of my happiness.
And the, beginning emergence of spring. It's coming. Days are about to get longer. I'll be able to come home from work, and it's not pitch black. So Bridget was born precisely at daybreak.
Oh.
Rose into the sky with the sun and rays of fire beaming from her.
Oh my God.
It's what I know. It's quite an entrance into life.
Wait, so she was born and she just immediately shoots out.
I imagine it as a little bitty infant.
Little tiny baby.
Her father was Dagda, the father god of Ireland. So I kind of picture him a little Odin-y or a little Zeus-y kind, but I don't have anything to back that up behind. I just hear the father god, and that sounds to me kind of like a parallel
he's a big deal.
That.
Yeah.
She was nursed with the milk of a sacred cow from the other world. Just throw that at you.
Why is she being nursed with a cow?
I don't know. A sacred cow.
Oh.
From the other world.
Oh, where is the...
apparently she could go between the two. So in the other world, she had this massive apple orchard.
Oh.
With all of these bees. And so this is really cool. I thought this was so neat. So the bees would bring this like magical apple blossom pollen from the other world to our earth around this time.
Oh.
Which is part of why life is coming back. Like this sacred otherworld pollen is being like trucked into our world and things come back to life.
Well, we really need some of those magic bees around.
Yeah, actually send extra. It's kind of said that I love this so much. It's like my dream. Wherever she walks, clover and flowers spring.
Oh my God.
Like beneath her. She really is just like this life-bringing presence.
Whoa.
This day is also called the Feast Day of Bridget. Yeah. Which that's great. I mean, that's just like, that's her day. Like, it's just the feast day for Bridget. And, you know, as you mentioned, the dates can vary. I saw a lot of February 1st. Mm-hmm. That's probably when I'll do it. And it is a reminder that we're halfway, you know, that midway kind of through winter. And spring's a-coming. It's coming around the bend.
There's still life.
Yeah.
Ancient humans were like, is it ever going to come back?
Yeah, you know. Bridget, she's kind of the fire life at this time, which I just really love that. And that's really symbolized in a lot of the celebrations and things. This was also, like you mentioned, a very, very big agricultural holiday. It's time to get busy again. The cows get their milk coming. I mean, they're already, like, milk starts to really come in with the cows. Early buds start to appear. You know, like the earliest signs of life through winter are coming back. Farmers began to get their animals ready, get the fields ready. They started prepping for the coming sowing season.
So this is more of a time of preparation.
Yeah, well, dusting off.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not like we're not like actively getting it, but we're doing all those little things to get ready for it.
Yeah. You're not planting yet.
Right.
I mean, you know, there's seeds, but you're blessing the seeds. You're readying the fields.
We're not plowing necessarily.
This is the day corn. To go out to the barn and get everything out, dust it all off, get it ready, because it's time. You know, the harvest is coming.
Yeah. And how exciting must that be? Like, can you imagine, like, way back when this time rolled around, and, like, all the people were, like, out and they're, like, bustling and doing their shit again? I just imagine, like, whole towns would have, like, just this energy about them.
I bet just bustling.
And people are just excited.
Well, yeah, you know, you're kind of winters. You survived another fucking winter.
I'm sure, like, honestly, back when, you probably had some loss over the
100%, I would imagine.
So it's a time to kind of be like, okay, we made it.
Yeah.
And we have to move on. People had to move on really quick.
Very quickly. Very adaptive. And fishermen would take back to the waters as well about this time. So really, everybody's kind of coming out of their caves a little bit, you know, dusting off the winter's over. It's time to get busy.
The hive's coming alive.
Yeah. So this is from The Green Parent, and it's a really great site, and they do a lot of modern type things that you can do on these Sabbats, depending on how you practice. If you don't want to do like a full-on altar type situation, but you do want to celebrate with you and, you know, your kids or whoever, these are some modern, more simplified, easy things that you can do, but that are still tied to tradition. So the first one is make a brie jog, which is the little doll. It reads Brydiog.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
okay.
It's pronounced Brijog. A lot of the times too, and I found it interesting you said you saw women, because I also saw a lot of it saying that men would make them, but the women would then decorate them.
Huh, okay.
So like they would construct these little dolls, but then the doll is then given a white little dress adorned with any first growth you can find. Any little flowers, any sprigs of anything that you can find.
How sweet and precious.
Isn't that? And so you tuck it in and, you know, adorn her with life and greenery and things from the garden that are starting to stir again. As well as any other pretty little trinkets. So, you know, you can make those.
Just lovely. Again, just another little lovely.
Very charming.
Yeah.
So you can also make a Bridget cross. I looked him up. There's some weaving involved, but it looks really interesting.
Oh, I made one last year.
I want to make one. It looks fun.
It was shockingly easy.
This is done by softening straw in water overnight, or I guess if you can just find another for like a modern twist that I found. If you want like your kids to do this and it's easy, you can use pipe cleaners, you know, and just kind of bend those together in that way if they want to make it a little craftier feeling.
And then it'll be all colorful.
Yeah,
you can pick your colors.
Make it a little fun.
Yeah,
and it can be placed wherever. However, children's were typically placed over their beds.
Oh.
As well as under the mattress if you're looking to conceive.
Oh.
It's thought to be a big fertility thing. So if you're like trying to conceive, you slip it under your mattress and just let it sit there.
Oh boy.
And let it do its thing.
I think you got to do a little more than that.
It can also be used to bless seeds as well. So along with that, you can also just have a fire and a feast, man.
No.
This is a Friday night, and from what I saw, it looks clear, and I want it to be the first night in a while that Hunter and I go out on the porch and have a fire.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Because it's kind of what you're supposed to do. So, like, go out and have a fire, and try to make dinner over it if you can. I love to cook over our fire. It's one of my favorite things. I can't wait. Roast marshmallows, things like that. Utilize the fire, you know, to your advantage. Let it help you. Let it cook your dinner. Let it, you know, assist with you a little bit and be with it, because it's like being with Bridget, you know. It's very symbolic of her.
I'm going to forge me a hot dog.
And I know, I love it. And so like gather with people at this time. It kind of embodies that festival sense. You know, if you can't have a full on festival with your coven or whatever, just get together with your friends, you know, and that's like the next best thing.
I mean, dude, if you're in the closet or you don't want to say, just say, hey, because it is a Friday, or Friday's a total acceptable time to do it. Just, I feel like having a dinner party.
Yeah.
And you know what it is.
You know what it is. And you can get them in the spirit, you know. It doesn't have to be that's what they're celebrating, but make an occasion out of it.
And then you spring it on them. Like, by the way,
your pagans out.
Oh, no.
So along with that, you can, this is a good old spring cleaning time. Typically before the eve, like, of Imbolc. So do it, like, before then. So now on that day, you can, like, I saw it a little, it kind of surprised me because so much of Imbolc is, like, preparation. But this one is, like, kind of finish this before Imbolc.
Oh.
And so then on Imbolc, you can kind of look around and be like,
then you're ready.
Let's start getting ready. Yeah. Because, like, it's cleaning in the way of throwing away old things. So if you have a new year coming and you need to get out all of your equipment, it's kind of like pulling everything out, taking stock, and then getting rid of what you don't need. Open the windows if you can, if it's not too cold. And if you have it in you, a full-blown baseboard to ceiling, physical and energetic cleansing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and that's a lot. That's like, by the time that day is over, you have nothing left in you. If you do that, then, I mean, it's like a fresh start, you know, especially if you're going through things at the same time and you're clearing that energy out. For kids, it's a great time for them, especially after Christmas, to go through their old toys, old clothes, get rid of those, donate those, and things like that. Just kind of out with the old and with the new type attitude with this. And this one was an interesting one. If you were able to do so, try to visit water. Whether it be a stream, a river, a well. Take a family trip and do like an intention cleanse if the water, of course, if it's not freezing cold. And of course, if it's clean. You don't want it to be like stagnant pond water, preferably running water.
It's like runoff.
And just get amoebas in your eyeballs. And just,
but I have to. I gotta celebrate.
Pick up any trash you see when you're there. Just take a little bit of time to take care of nature.
That's nice.
Because it is a very nature-based holiday, and, you know, thank the spirits. Bridget, she had a big tie to wells as well. Yeah, and so people would take an offering to her, and she would grant it, which from what I saw is believed to be part of the origin of wishing wells. Because that's how it was done. You would take an offering to the water and wish it would be granted. So that's another one. So kind of visiting these bodies of water, streams, rivers, wells, which good luck finding a non-stagnant open well nowadays. I feel like those are all pretty much shot. But yeah. So if you do want to rock an altar, if you want to go do some altar action, you can incorporate, and this was more that I found a narrow set of colors. But still, you know, kind of like the very big symbolic ones. So, of course, white for purity and for snow because it's not over.
That's right.
You know, like it's still winter. Don't like get cocky. Don't get ahead of yourself. Red for the rising sun. green for the budding new life that's coming. And these can be cloths, like altar cloths or other materials, just that you kind of pepper your altar with. I loved this. So bulbs can also be placed on your altar, which in a way is blessing them for the coming season.
Right.
So different ones before you plant them, you can put on your altar just to kind of get them cleansed and blessed, and they sit in that sacred space before going into the earth.
Sweet.
Isn't it? I just thought that was
so
very
sweet.
nice. Also, another common altar element here is Celtic work, Celtic knots, Celtic things like that design, as well as just a fuckload of candles. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, just a ton of candles. It signifies that fire, of course. But it's just a candle holiday. I mean, shit, its name in the Christian way is Candlemas. But that's all I have. Just some simple things that you can do as yourself or as with like a family. If you have kiddos and you want to have some crafts to do, you can make these little dollies or
cross.
Yeah, or a little cross, and you just kind of spend some time together, because that's a big part of the day, is to spend time with people, with each other.
And I recommend the Dollar Tree.
Oh my God, yes.
If you are lucky enough to live in a place with the Dollar Tree. Because you will get all the candles you need for your Candlemas.
Oh my gosh, for
a dollar.
It's wonderful.
I'm looking forward to this one. It's falling on a Friday.
That's great. I know. I'm so excited.
I don't know. It just gives everything kind of meaning. And that's what I like about these Sabbats, is even if you're not big into the religious, I guess, aspect of it.
Yeah.
Or any kind of like piety, I guess. It still brings you back down and gets you to appreciate what's going on in your life. And it forces you to move forward. Which is what I enjoy about these things.
There's something instinctual about it, where when it starts warming up, you get energy.
Yeah.
You do. You're like, all right, let's do it.
Regardless of if you love it or if you hate it or whatever, just like when it starts to get cool, instinctually you're like, it's time to go in.
Yeah. Well, it's because we're animals.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, you just think about all of the animals right now. They know that it's time.
If we could just hibernate.
I would hibernate so good.
The only thing
just pad up real good right beforehand. Like,
just eat just all the calories,
everything in the world, and
everything at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh my God!
And then take the longest nap.
I would eat so many Pichos.
You want to do review?
We got a review.
Who sent us this review has a great name. And it cracks me up. It's been cracking me up since I plucked it out. This is called Keeping It Real effing funny.
Oh.
And this is sent to us by Hate Muffin XXX. That has brought me so much joy.
Hate
All
Muffin.
Right. So Hate Muffin XXX says, if you like witchy tidbits and interesting topics, hilarious banter and a smattering of cuss words, and Lord of the Rings references.
Hey.
This is the podcast for you. I'm totally addicted and look forward to my commute now that I've found these girls. I'll be devastated when I'm all caught up and I have to wait weekly for a new sode. A new sode. They're local to me. Oh, that's neat.
Hey,
Hate Muffin, come to the brunch.
I hope that you go to the Pagan Pop-Up. That'd be cool.
Ooh, well, this won't.
I know.
I was
gonna
say, shit. Yeah. Well, I hope we got to meet you at the Pagan. They're local to me. That makes it extra exciting to see them growing in popularity. That's very sweet. Keep up the awesome work, y'all. Everything about this review cracked me up for some reason. It was just so like. I could read it like in the tone they wrote it. Macy.
Yes.
As one of our last weeks before the spooky sode.
We've gotten an influx.
They've
been rolling in.
And if you want yours to roll in, where could you roll that to? That was my segue.
I liked it. It's good. Send those on over. Just whenever you get a moment.
Just you go to the Google.
You just go in there and you just send them. And when you do, you send them to wbahpodcast@gmail.com.
You sure do.
You sure as shit do. We're also on Instagram at WitchBitchAmateurHour. We're on Twitter at
A Bitch Hour.
Oh.
Which sounded like a bush shower.
We're on Facebook at Witch Amateur Hour. Patreon.com/WBAH podcast. We're nearing our next goal to where we're going to be rolling out some merch shit. If you want to send us some snail mail, it's super exciting to us anytime we get anything. It's wonderful to hear from you guys in like such a personal way. But anyway, that can be at P.O. Box 865, Canton, Texas 75103.
And can I just say that y'all who have sent us letters, y'all have some really good handwriting.
There's some gorgeous handwriting.
And it makes me upset.
It's beautiful.
I'm quite ready for this new beginning that is being gifted to us.
Yeah.
I'm ready for spring.
I'm ready for us to go on our snack run for our slumber party.
I am ready to, after we hit pause here, we are going to go get snacks. Should we tell them, where you guys, we're having a slumber party tonight?
I mean, like, legitimate slumber party.
Like teenage style.
Like 13 going on 30 slumber party.
And we're going to watch movies and have pizza.
Holy shit, we should watch Practical Magic. So that's what's a-coming for this evening. So by the time the Pagan Pop-Up rolls around, we're going to be in the best mood.
Oh, yes.
I'm so ready.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning in once again to the WBAH podcast here in Murder Word Studios.
Oh.
This time, anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking around. This is Sabbat Cooking with Charlie. No, that's not what it is. But what it is 2 recipes. The first of which I wanted to share was the lemon poppy seed bread. I cannot remember where I got it from, but I have adapted it to suit my tastes a little bit better. So here it is. 1 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons poppy seeds, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/8 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons lemon zest, 1/2 cup of unsalted butter at room temperature, so leave it out for a little bit before you start, 3 large eggs, also at room temperature, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of sour cream, 1/4 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons fresh lemon juice. All right, and these next 2 ingredients are what you will need for the glaze on top of the bread once it's done. You will need an additional 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and 3 extra tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, okay? So at this point, you are going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Get an 8x4 baking dish, butter and flour it, put it to the side. You're going to whisk together your flour, poppy seeds, baking powder, baking soda, and your salt. In a separate bowl, add your sugar and your lemon zest, and you're going to use your hands to really rub the sugar into the lemon zest until the sugar takes on a very pale yellow color. At this point, you'll add the butter to the sugar, and you will cream that mixture together until it is pale and fluffy and ready to go. At that point, you'll mix in the eggs one at a time, and then lastly, add in your vanilla. Get a microwave-safe container like a measuring cup. You'll whisk together the milk and the sour cream, heat it in the microwave until it's just barely no longer cold, so just barely at room temperature. Add your flour to the butter and sugar mixture, slowly stirring as you go or kind of folding it in. And then you'll add in the milk mixture that you just heated up in the microwave and your lemon juice and stir it all together. You're going to bake this in the oven for 45 to 55 minutes or until the whole toothpick fork thing comes out clean in the middle. You know how that goes. You're going to take it out, let it cool. While it's cooling, you can combine the 2 ingredients I mentioned earlier to make the glaze. That's going to be the lemon juice and the sugar. You can mix those together and then even heat it up a little bit if you want. It makes it a little easier to work with if you choose to do that. It can also make it a little less granular if you care about that kind of thing. And then you'll just use that and coat the top of the bread. And you have a delicious lemon poppy seed bread. The second, and my most favorite of the two, is the Lavender Tea Milk Punch. And this is from gathervictoria.com. She calls this a libation to toast the returning light, which is just freaking lovely. For this, you're going to need some whole milk. You will need half a cup in one container and 1.5 cups in a separate container because you're going to use them for two different things. You'll need 2 cups of heavy cream, 4 teaspoons of honey. I usually use a little bit more, and half of a vanilla bean split and scraped. 2 cups of strong brewed lavender tea, and she stresses in this recipe that it's important for the tea to be strong because you're adding all of these other things to it and you want to be able to really taste the tea. You'll need some brandy, and it says that this is optional, but not for me, and you'll need some lavender buds or a sprig of lavender for your garnish. This is also optional, but very pretty. The first thing you're going to do is brew that pot of lavender tea, make it kind of strong, whatever strong means to you. The writer of this recipe says that they use multiple tea bags and actually allow it to steep overnight or for at least a couple of hours to really get a good strong herbal flavor. Once the tea is how you want it and it's been cooled to room temperature, slowly heat a half a cup of milk with the vanilla and the honey. Stir to dissolve it and get it all mixed together and allow it to cool, and then you're going to actually chill that. So just stick it in the fridge. While that's chilling, you can take the rest of the 1.5 cups of milk from earlier, also take the cream and combine those in a large bowl. You're going to, at this point, add 2 cups of the tea and the sweetened milk that you stuck in the fridge a little bit earlier. Mix those together to taste. Add the brandy if you like. It does not specify how much, so it's just to taste or however turnt you're trying to get. Sprinkle with the lavender buds or some nutmeg. It says, that sounds really nice, actually. It's the first time I'm noticing that. Serve it very cold or on ice. And if you have a little bit to spare, she says, go and pour some on your garden to bless your own fields or leave a little bit out for the fae. Merry Imbolc, witches.